So, man, we can't just talk about, like, I'm going to call you and talk to you off the air about our musical taste. I just wanted to go online and say, like, right now, man, you are killing it, man. You are absolutely killing it, and all of the people that are fans of sports entertainment and pro wrestling, as we call it here, still on the show, like we really loving what you're doing right now.
Well, I think once Fastlane is over with, and I think it's going to be an amazing pay-per-view. I really think the six-pack challenge is going to surprise a lot of people because I think there's a lot of great talent in that match. Once it's over, it's going to continue all the way to WrestleMania, where you know it's going to get crazy, which is, I'm looking forward to that. And then it's only going to get better because who knows what's going to happen after WrestleMania.
Yeah, John Cena came into the fray with him being a free agent and everything. I wanted to see how you felt about that. Like, I don't remember there being a free agent in years past. I think he's the first one. We'll have to get some clarification on that. But for having a guy to be able to be on both shows, do you find it being counterproductive, or you think that it's cool to have John on both shows?
Listen, John Cena, it's John Cena. I think that with his limited time between movies and TV shows and whatnot, we're lucky to have him anytime we can get him. So if he wants to be on Raw, let him be on Raw. If he can be on SmackDown, I don't mind that at all. John Cena puts butts in the seats. There's no doubt about that. I would love to be a free agent. I would love to be able to be on both shows, and it looks like that may happen according to the internet because I don't know anything about what I'm doing and storylines and all that stuff until it's told to me. But you find a lot of things out on the internet, which is annoying in a way because I don't think anybody should know before the boys and the girls know that actually work there. But, so from what I hear on the internet is that we're going to be doing co-pay-per-views now between SmackDown and Raw. I don't know anything. I'm just telling you what the internet's saying, which could be true, could not be true. I don't know, but it's going to get interesting.
Well, I tell you what, that'll be a great thing because I love seeing you mix in with the guys that you're mixing in with right now on SmackDown. But I pay big money to see you on Raw too.
Yeah, see, but I think it's only going to be SmackDown matches against, SmackDown guys against SmackDown guys or Raw guys against Raw guys. Like, it's not going to be mixed in.
Okay, like the Super Show format.
See, here's the thing, AJ. Mark doesn't read the internet like you do, so he's not up on all this stuff that's happening.
Yeah, man, I don't read it.
Well, the problem is when you're on the road, you get bored and you start reading stuff that, you normally you wouldn't read while you're at home because you got so many duties to do as far as, like, the wife telling you to do this, the wife telling you to do that, go pick up the kids, you don't have time.
You said duty.
Oh, boy.
See? See, that's how you know, Rob. That's how you know Mark's been at home too much. Making duty jokes.
You mentioned John Cena, and Mark Henry, mentioned this before. When he looks at John Cena, he says, top 10, top 5 of all time. And when he first said it, I was like, well, wait a second. Come on. John Cena, top 10, top 5 of all time. But the more you think about it, the more you realize it when every factor is factored in, he is a top 10 guy. And AJ, you're somebody that's not just wrestled in the WWE, obviously TNA, Ring of Honor, New Japan. When you look at John Cena, do you think he's somebody that you put in as one of the greatest of all time?
I think you have to. And now I'm not saying that John, he's a great athlete, but sometimes I don't want to discredit who John is. Like, he's not known for his moveset, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. But his psychology is unbelievable. Like, he gets it on another level. And so it makes up for things he lacks in his moveset because he's so unbelievable in that ring. When him and I worked together, I saw him signing something, and he is a lefty. He uses his left hand. I go, that's got to be what it is, John. That's why we work so well together, because you're a lefty, I'm a righty, and it just works. Like, we're different in every way, but yet we keep on putting on, I think, great matches.
Most definitely. I've never seen y'all have a bad match.
And I love being in the ring with him. It sounds crazy, but John, when you're in there with him, I don't care who you are, he takes it to another level because he's John Cena.
Yeah.
That's why I love being in the ring with him so much.
John is also one of those guys in the ring that is very aware of the crowd and very aware of time. And, you know, you're in there with John, you're going to hit your marks. You're going to not do stuff too soon. Everything is going to be when it really needs to be done. A consummate professional. And never would take liberties. And you know, when you work John, you're going to be at the top of the card. The money is going to be better. And I always say that just having him on a show, they're going to sell more tickets, and which increases the bottom line.
And I'll tell you another thing about John. He's the most selfless guy that I've ever been in the ring with because he wants to make the match great, and in turn he has to make himself less, you know, in a way. And we've argued many times about, no, I'm not doing that to you, John. No, I'm not going to do that. You know, it's that kind of, you know, selfless act that he does in the ring that makes him so great to me. That's why I enjoy it, man. When you argue about crazy stuff like that, you know it's going to be a fun match.
Well, we've talked about before, like we're sitting here right now watching you and Jericho at WrestleMania, and you talked about John Cena being kind of unorthodox and not the most agile guy, but he still gets the job done. You and Jericho, y'all had matches that I watch them just in my spare time because even though I know what the outcome is, just seeing how you got there is just so unbelievable. Like, what is your, if you was to say you had a style, what would your style be? Oh,
wow. I wouldn't say that I had a one particular style. I feel like I'm the MMA, you know, mixed martial arts of pro wrestling. Like, I want to be able to do a little bit of everything and be good at a little bit of everything. You know, I think that's how you succeed in this business, because you're going to work guys bigger than you, going to work guys smaller than you, going to work guys that are the same size, but you got to have move sets and psychology for all of that. So I just like to think that I have my own style, no pun intended.
Well, you said that I've been at home too long. I was talking about, made a duty joke. Speaking of the kids, how are the kids, man?
They're good, man. That Fortnite is killing us. I don't know if you heard of this game, but we're having to take controllers away, so the homework is done. It's I'm dealing with that, and I can't be mad at the kids for really wanting to be, wanting to play video games because, well, my Xbox travels on the road with me.
Yeah, we're the same. And I was telling Dave that, we have so many similarities. I was like, that AJ is the smaller white version of Mark Henry. And he just busted out laughing. It's
true. The first thing I think of when we're on the road, Mark, is finding those places to eat. The soul food, oh, my God, so good.
Okay, Dave is a soul food guy too, so I take eight. We just talked about food. Everywhere I go, I find somewhere to go eat. So we're in Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay,
and we went up Broadway, without doing a commercial for the restaurant. So we go to this restaurant, and it is unbelievably good. I mean, but the lady is crazy, and I was like, "Hey, man, the food is great." But I'm just going to tell you right now, when we walk in, don't be surprised if she comes out and hits you or, just goes crazy. And we ended up getting the food and leaving and going to a park.
So you got takeout.
Yeah, we got takeout.
The waitress was so bad that you had to get takeout.
Well, she's not a waitress. She's the owner. She's the chef. She's the cook.
All right.
And, man, we sat in the park in Louisville and ate soul food with a couple of friends of mine, him and his kids, and just had a good time. But it was like me and AJ, we find the soul food everywhere we go.
Man, and I can tell you, we walk in this now. It's kind of a little hole in the wall. You wouldn't know it unless you've been there. And great food. We walk in, everybody knows exactly who Mark Henry is. I'm the only white guy in there, and nobody blinks an eye, with just great food in there, man. I loved it. We can, as soon as we get the opportunity to go back, Mark, we need to.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're going to be in Louisville pretty soon, because I know that because I had my guy from Louisville call me, and he said, hey, man, if AJ wants to go to the soul food spot, let me know. I'll pick him up and take him over there. So we'll take care of you. I don't have to be on the road to get you taken care of, brother.
All right. Yeah, I like to hear that.
You know, me and Dave, we were talking a couple of weeks ago, and we may end up doing our own version of a food show, right, Dave?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I mean, you would be the lead host for that. I would take your role, and you would be the lead host for that. You would have to be.
I'll tell you what, man.
Mark,
any city.
Mark, you guys need to go to these places and show people where the great food is. That's what you need to do. If that's what you had in mind, anyway.
Yeah, I want people to know the little holes in the wall. They kind of got a show like that on the Food Channel right now.
Oh, that diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Yeah, I love it.
But those places are more high. We got to go to the real dingy places, like AJ said.
Yeah,
those hole in the wall.
where the good food is.
Yeah, that show's way too commercialized. We have to go to the places that people, when you look on the outside, you fear for your life.
Ow! You're twisting my arm. Ow!
We can call a hole in the wall.
Let's go.
Anyway, we brought AJ Styles on for a reason. It wasn't to talk about food.
Well, I mean, hit it.
All right, just saying, he's going to be.
That's my fault.
It's going to be. He's going to be in Ohio on Sunday. Fastlane's a huge pay-per-view. It's the last pay-per-view on the WWE Network before we get to WrestleMania. We're doing all this talk about John Cena, and he's in a six-pack challenge. And you mentioned before, AJ, that this is going to be a match that people are definitely going to want to see, and this is going to have a lot of ramifications for what we're going to see in New Orleans in April.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, man. And I guess John Cena was on Raw last night saying he's going to win, and that I should invoke my rematch clause at WrestleMania so that it can be a three-way between Nakamura, myself, and John Cena. Well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to lose this match coming up at Fastlane. I want Nakamura all to myself. I got a score to settle with Nakamura. We had one match between him and I, one time in Japan. He took that match. He won that one. He had home field advantage. I want the home field advantage this time. And let's see what happens. I want him all to myself.
Wow. I mean, I love the passion that we talked about that earlier. Yeah. That's the thing that's making Roman Reigns special, and that's what makes you special. We see the passion in your matches. We see the passion when you grab the microphone. You're one of the guys in the industry that it is just concrete, easy. You know it from the time that your music hits, what you're going to get. And I just want to go on record as saying, not as a friend, but as a guy that's reporting the news, that you are one of my favorites, and I look forward to seeing you when you come on TV.
I appreciate it. I think you're a little biased, Mark, to be honest with you, but I appreciate it.
Well, you are the WWE Champion, and just really quickly, talk about this road. You mentioned the match with Nakamura at Wrestle Kingdom 10 at the Tokyo Dome, and, being able to have your first appearance at Madison Square Garden. Mark and I were just watching the match, at WrestleMania against Jericho in front of over 100,000 fans, and now you're the WWE Champion. Just talk about this road that you've taken.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Last year I didn't make it to WrestleMania as WWE Champion. This year I'm going to make it to WrestleMania as WWE Champion. It's something that I didn't realize was something I wanted until I was in jeopardy of losing that opportunity of being the WWE Champion going to WrestleMania. So I want it now more than ever to be able to do that. So, but the road to get to this point is still an unbelievable one. Every match that I've had has been great. I've had fun. The WWE is better than I could ever expected. Like, I don't know, man. It's an unbelievable ride, and it's only been 2 years for me.
Yeah, it's crazy. And also, too, AJ, it's the footprints that you left outside of the WWE. Like, you look at the health of the business outside of WWE, the Bullet Club, things that you have such a big part of. So I've seen the growth even outside, but especially the 2 years now that you've been with the WWE.
I mean, yeah, listen, everything happened the way that it was supposed to. I know I said that before, but when you look back and you see where things were at, I can't believe it all worked out the way that it did. It's just mind-blowing with the going to Japan, first of all, leaving TNA, going to Japan, taking a big risk there for me and my family, but at the same time believing in myself, you know, going out there with a little chip on my shoulder, and then returning or getting the opportunity to come to WWE when there were a lot of guys were hurt at the time. So I think perfectly in with the roster, and it just went from there, man.
All right, AJ, before we let you go, you got to give me one good Mark Henry Road story.
Oh, God.
Well, dude, I don't know. It's funny. The thing with Mark and I is he's right. Like, we're a lot alike, so nothing bad ever happened. Nothing at all, actually. We would go find places to eat. We work out, find places to eat, listen to great music, have great conversation. The only thing I can tell you, the only story that we have is the one I just told you, where this guy goes in with this giant, athlete, this little white guy, into this hole in the wall place.
Deep in the hood.
Hey, we were in there, but hey, nobody blinked an eye. I was with Mark Henry. Nobody cared. Nobody looked at me any different. They just want to know what I wanted to eat. It was great.
See what Mark Henry does? Brings people together. Thank you. Listen, big match. Obviously, Fastlane coming up on Sunday. Make sure to watch it on the WWE Network. 6-pack challenge with your WWE Champion AJ Styles. AJ, thank you so much for the time, my friend.
All right, guys.
Best of luck, man.
Best, bro.
All right, thank you.